Monument relocation protests have started hitting closer to home.
Homecoming is in full swing here at UTC.
And what better way to start off the week than with a parade of tiny dogs?
I'm Olivia Brown.
And I'm Jake Taylor. Your news starts now. A statue stands tall in the latest controversy about the Confederacy. That statue is just blocks away from the UTC campus.
Should the statue stay at the Hamilton County Courthouse grounds, or should it go? Our Heidi Brightman has the story.
Take it down! 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 Take it down!
I'm standing at the Hamilton County Courthouse, where on Sunday 2 protests took place. The first was to keep the statue where it is, and the second was to move it to a different location. On Wednesday morning, the county commissioners voted on this particular issue.
Commissioner Banks? No. Commissioner Beck? Yes. Commissioner Boyd? No. Commissioner Fields? No. Commissioner Graham? No. Dr. Mackey? Yes. Commissioner Martin? No. Mr. Chair? No.
Commissioners voted no on the proposed relocation of the statue led by the National Association of Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP of Chattanooga. The vote came after a protest held by the NAACP on Sunday to voice their opinion on the matter. On Monday, the vote to decide if the statue would stay or go was added to the schedule for Wednesday's regular meeting. During the meeting, the public got a chance to speak and share their thoughts.
Not put this statue in a place that is more appropriate, where the story of General Stewart can be told with context. And so we're asking, for your consideration to move it, whether it be to the Chickamauga Battlefield or to a museum. We would ask you to please give that consideration. We thank you for the opportunity to address you.
Though the vote did not go their way, the NAACP is not going to stop petitioning for the relocation of the statue.
We're going to go back and look at legislation and see how this thing works and what the proper protocol is in terms of bringing it back to vote. But we're going to come back. We're not going to stop. We cannot stop. If our ancestors stopped, then where would we be today? I'd like to say that if you're not involved in the political process, that it's very important that you get involved in the political process and know the issues and stand firm in your beliefs. And when it's time for the call, for the roll call, be there.
If you would like to support relocation of the statue, you can sign the petition at naacpchattanooga.org. We'll continue to keep track on this story as it continues. I'm Heidi Brightman from Mocs News.
Stewart originally hailed from Rogersville, Tennessee. He was a general in the Confederate States Army during the Civil War. Stewart was against secession. He was a major in the Tennessee militia and joined the Confederate Army as a major in 1861. Stewart then led his division in an offensive attack during the Battle of Chickamauga. After the war, Stewart was the first commander of the Chickamauga Military Park.
UTC police investigate an armed robbery of 3 UTC students. The holdup happened Wednesday night at the First Christian Church on Macaulay Avenue near campus. Police say a man held 3 students at gunpoint with a handgun. The suspect then fled towards 8th Street. Students can report suspicious activity to 911, or they can call the UTC police at 425-435-7 or help.
The Art of Seduction and Who's Your Daddy? Those are some of the titles for this week's scheduled events for UTC Sex Week. Sex Week is a collection of talks dedicated to the education and celebration of sexualities. You can see the full schedule on facebook.com at UTC Sex Week. Police still don't know the motive for the deadliest shooting in U.S. history. 59 people are dead and over 400 people were injured after a gunman opened fire in Las Vegas. A crowd of 22,000 people were attending a Jason Aldean concert. The gunman, Stephen Paddock, is among the deceased.
Rock legend Tom Petty has died. The singer was found at his Los Angeles home in full cardiac arrest and not breathing. Paramedics rushed Petty to the hospital, where doctors determined he had no brain activity. His family then made the decision to take Petty off life support. He passed away Monday evening. He is best remembered for his songs Free Fallin', American Girl, I Won't Back Down, and Learning to Fly. Tom Petty was 66 years old.
With all the tragedy happening around campus, it's nice to take a step back and come together as a campus for our annual homecoming festivities.
Yeah, it's been great to experience all the homecoming events this week, but I missed the kickoff. You were there though, right?
Yeah, I was, and cameras were rolling.
Well, let's take a look back.
I'm Olivia Brown reporting for Mocs News, and this year's homecoming event kicked off with a bang here at Chamberlain Field, where students, faculty, and staff gathered around to celebrate this year's homecoming pep rally. From marching band performances to homecoming court announcements, Moc spirit was at an all-time high. UTC cheerleaders and Sugar Mocs pumped up the crowd with high throws and dance routines as the marching band played behind them, followed by our own Mayor Andy Burke reminding everyone how great our mock is.
We got a mock. That's tough. Our mock is tough.
Our mock isn't the only tough thing on campus, though. Along with all the other activities at the pep rally, the nominees for homecoming court were announced. Talk about a tough decision. Don't forget you don't have to stand in line to vote. Just visit Mock Sync to cast your ballot and look at all the other homecoming activities still to come while you're there. This year's banner painting competition will showcase the next Michelangelo. Here's Jay Rivera to give you a bigger picture.
Homecoming week kicks off with a traditional banner painting competition. This year's theme is Mocs Parade. Students race not only the clock but each other. Each organization had only 3 hours to finish their banners, which is an hour less than last year. Student Jared Ryan compares his group's efforts to a well-oiled machine.
And with that 1 hour less this year, we just had to add more guys to it, but they're working just as well, a well-oiled machine.
If the banner wasn't completed by 7 p.m., they were disqualified. Thankfully, unlike their banners, no one was left out to dry. All of the competing banners are hung outside the University Center. Each banner has its own unique touch, giving new organizations a chance to be recognized.
So it's definitely getting the word out there. When all the banners are going to be hanging up, they'll see it and be able to associate that name with an organization.
The participating organizations range from sororities like Chi Omega to charity groups like UTC Bigs. Be sure to admire the artistry of your fellow Mocs.
UTC students and alumni got the opportunity to give back to the community on Homecoming Service Day last Saturday. Our Miguel Detillier has the story.
Service Day kicked off homecoming week with volunteers helping spruce up the campus. Participating students were able to help around campus by washing campus vehicles, picking up litter, and help with planning and landscaping around buildings.
So we had several alumni, when the emails were sent out, reach back out saying how excited they were to come back to campus and contribute to a place that essentially gave them something.
After lunch, UTC alumni joined students on Service Day. The alumni helped students finish their day with service projects for the Chattanooga community by using t-shirts to create toys for dogs at the Humane Society and filling blessing bags for the Salvation Army to hand out to the homeless.
We have representatives from different organizations here, not even just homecoming committee people, which is really nice that we actually have fraternity, sorority, and just other organizations and a different student body coming out. There's a lot bit more people here than I thought there was going to be. I think it was about 30 people I saw, so that's just really good.
Greeks took part in lip sync. The theme was Mocs Parade. Here's a look at the competition.
Head over to the Disability Resource Center to take a Grand Slam photo for the gram with life-size stand-up of Scrappy. Go with friends or with strangers. The entire office is covered in blue and gold curtains, glitter, paint, beads, and a ton of school spirit. So fly in and get the picture in room 108 located in the UC lobby. And remember, go Mocs!
Students were ready for a bon-tastic time. Homecoming After Dark had carnival foods, lawn games, photo booth, music, and a bonfire for students to enjoy. The event took place on Thursday night on Chamberlain Field. The After Dark event was hosted by UTC Homecoming Steering Committee. Students got lots of free things, especially the early birds, such as a key strap with a bottle opener and more. Looks like it really pays off to be a Moc.
With all the homecoming activities still to come, hopefully we'll have the perfect weather for the weekend.
Here's Allie Bergen with that forecast.
Thanks, Jake and Olivia. Luckily tomorrow, there's no rain in the forecast to put a damper on our annual homecoming game and festivities. But starting Sunday, rain will be moving into the Chattanooga area and staying till Wednesday. After that, we'll have one day rain-free, and then on Thursday, the rain makes its comeback. So if you were ever going to invest in some blue and gold rain boots, this just might be the week to do it.
Fall Career Days took place in the UC this past Tuesday and Wednesday. More than 100 businesses came to campus to recruit potential employees and interns. Don't worry if you missed out though, because there are plenty more to come. The Health Career Fair will be held Tuesday, November 7th, and the Spring Career Fair will be held January 31st and February 1st.
Advising for the spring semester is coming up. Students can set up an appointment with their advisor listed in their MyMocs degree. Students are encouraged to plan ahead and start contacting their advisors as soon as possible. Next week, we will have a story on how the advising process has changed. Do you have a question about advising? Contact the Center for Advisement located in room 335 of the library.
WTC Chattanooga's NPR affiliate is holding its semi-annual pledge drive. Carlton Smith has a story.
WTC is a non-profit station and relies on pledge drives and donations rather than advertisements for funding.
Well, the pledge drive is pretty much has the same goal every time, and that is to raise whatever our goal is set at. It was set at $165,000, and we have to do that twice a year. We do it in spring, in April, and then again in October.
WTC, this is Nathaniel. May I take your pledge?
The pledge drive is already underway. All the funds from the donations are used to keep WTC up and running. Listeners are encouraged to donate whatever they can. However, donations of $60 or more make you eligible to receive a thank you gift for your contribution. The WTC staff are hopeful that they will reach their goal this year. To find out how to donate and for any additional information, you can visit WUTC.com. For Mocs News, I'm Carlton Smith.
Puerto Rico is in dire need of help recovering from Hurricane Maria, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is here to help. The star of Hamilton released a song with all proceeds going to relief efforts in Puerto Rico. The song features popular artists with Hispanic heritage, such as Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony. The song is now available for purchase.
UTC's Homecoming Week started off with our second annual blue and gold photo. Students and faculty dressed up in their best blue and gold from head to toe for a campus-wide picture. The picture was taken at Chamberlain Field last Friday and kicked off Homecoming Week.
The Mocs didn't have the best luck this past week. Our Jolie Poole has more.
As if it couldn't get any worse for the Mocs, injuries have now come into picture along with a 1-4 record. Our Mocs had a humbling defeat at home as they fell to the Catamounts by a score of 45-7 at Finley Stadium. The Mocs offense failed to show up once again as it showed as Benefield threw a reversal pass deep into traffic, incomplete on the first of many failed drives. Western Carolina's defense swarmed the Mocs all night, and it carried over onto defense as Corey Holloway dove into the end zone over the Mocs' entire line. It was only the beginning as Holloway took it up the middle for a 60-yard gain, setting up another scoring drive. Then the worst happens as Alejandro Benefield goes down with a neck injury and was taken away in an ambulance. UTC is now 1-4 in the season going into the homecoming, missing their first two quarterbacks. Stay tuned to Mocs News for updates on the Mocs and highlights from tomorrow's game against Furman. Chattanooga Mocs Volleyball hosts Sanford and Mercer at McClellan Gym this weekend. For Alumni Night on Friday, the Mocs will take on the Sanford Bulldogs starting at 6 p.m. and continue to Saturday to play Mercer at 1 p.m. The Mocs have a 2-2 record in the conference play and are tied with 4 other teams for third in SoCon standings, including Mercer. Expect some high-intensity volleyball this weekend, Mocs fans. After 6 games straight on the road, Mocs soccer is back home tonight and Sunday. The Mocs go head-to-head against VMI tonight at 7 p.m. Then they take on UNCG in Sunday's whiteout match. Admission is free and fans will receive a free t-shirt. Represent the Power C and bring out your school spirit because Mocs football will take on Furman tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Finley Stadium. Last year, the Mocs played the Paladins at Furman and won 21-14. They look to do the same thing tomorrow night. Mocs fans, don't forget about the Mocs Block tailgating and the Mock Walk before the game. Students can park free at Chestnut Street, or you can get a free cartel ride from campus at Finley Stadium. Make sure you have your valid student ID. That wraps up sports for this week, but I think you guys still have more on corgis.
We certainly do. School can be rough, so students and pet lovers alike gathered in St. Elmo to see the Corgi Parade. The dogs at the event could not possibly be any cuter.
Our Emma Howland was at the scene and even interviewed the king of corgis.
So King Corgi, how does it feel to win?
What's better than an A+ on a midterm? Corgis, of course. Tuesday night was the annual St. Elmo Corgi Parade. The event was held in front of the Incline Railway and was hosted by the National Night Out and Committee Association of Historic St. Elmo, or CAHSE. Many came out to see these fluffy cuties. The event consisted of a Corgi beauty contest and a huge parade celebrating the dogs. Krista Rowland had a reason why she loved her Corgi.
It's been my dream dog since I was little, so I finally was able to get one a few months ago.
Along with the puppies, local vendors sold their corgi and dog-themed goods. There were food trucks to provide hot dogs for the attendees. The Corgi Parade was a night to remember, and Hannah Rouse, a student at UTC, had some words about her corgi buddy.
He's obviously the king of the parade. Corgis are just like the best dogs. They have so much personality, and he smiles all the time.
So if you missed this year's Corgi Parade, don't worry, because you always have next year. So mark your calendars. For Mocs News, I'm Emma Howland.
Are you ready for something spooky? Ruby Falls and Fear Connection finally opened the Haunted Caverns for this season. But this year there's a new twist. Dread Hollow is this year's theme. The story begins in a town of Dread Hollow where evil runs among the streets. The event runs throughout the month of October and is open from 7 to 10 p.m. You can visit them at 321 Browns Ferry Road or go to thehauntedcavern.com for hours and tickets.
This weekend we're going to party like it's 1998, and you won't need a portal gun or time machine to get there. For one day only this weekend, McDonald's is bringing back the Szechuan dipping sauce for McNuggets. The sauce was originally created to promote the Disney film Mulan and was discontinued at the end of the promotion. Popular adult cartoon Rick and Morty sensationalized the sauce on their show. The sauce will be available this Saturday. Check out our Facebook page for the locations. It's going to be a busy weekend in Chattanooga. There's a lot of fun things to squeeze into your schedule, like the Three Sisters Bluegrass Festival taking place tonight and Saturday along the Tennessee River.
That's right. The Three Sisters Festival is celebrating its 11th year and is absolutely free. Notable acts include Del McCory Band, Molly Tuttle, and Brian Sutton. The event starts at 6 p.m. tonight and noon on Saturday.
The Three Sisters is not the only event on the riverfront this weekend. We've got Wine Over Water happening on the Walnut Street Bridge. Some of our upperclassmen, faculty, and alumni might enjoy. And the King of the Hill boxing match at AT&T Field. 12 rounds, $35, and the fighting will start at 6.
Close out your weekend with the Chattanooga Market. This weekend, the market hosts the Erlanger Health Fair, helping people learn how to live a healthier lifestyle.
And what a better way to living a healthier lifestyle than with some fresh and local market produce.
That does it for this week's edition of Chattanooga and for Mocs News. Thank you for joining us. Check out our Facebook for live videos and updates throughout the week, and don't forget to subscribe.
Have a great homecoming weekend from all of us here at Mocs News.